3 simple steps to transform your life. Transforming your life in what sense? What it is that you need to know, what it is that you need to surround yourself with. Like a lot of people say, let's transform your life. I'm going to turn things around for you. I'm committed to help you. But how? What am I supposed to do? Number 1, nurture you. Make yourself the main focus of your growth. I know we all want to be there for other people. We want to help. But if you think about it, we are no help if we're not helping ourselves. I'm going to repeat that again. We are no help if we are not helping ourselves. So if we're trying to be at service, we need to learn how to be at service with what we need. So I would suggest one of the very simple steps is, what do I need to nurture my body, for example? Very simple. We need to know what are the foods that we need. We need to know what are the exercises that I need to do in order to, I don't know, like have better body shape, not because of just the way I look, but also because it feels good. So a combination of exercising and foods that actually nurture my body. Let's start with that. Number 1. Number 2, be aware of who you're hanging out with. Your circle is going to influence the way you think, the way you feel, and what you feel like you're capable of. So a lot of the times when we're hanging out with people that likes to see us in a certain, likes to just engage with us when we are at a certain level, right? Where we are not, when we are growing, when we are just evolving as people, that could be uncomfortable for a lot of people. And so be mindful of what circle, like look around with your circle of friends, who's celebrating you when you grow and who's judging you. Like I've had a situation not long ago where I'll never forget, a person told me, "You've changed," with frustration and resentment in her face. And that feeling was so liberating because I looked up and I say, thank God I did. Because I was a person that didn't have any boundaries. I was a person that I was always people pleasing. I was a person that I thank that version of me for teaching me everything that I needed to teach to get me to where I am today. But what I'm trying to say here, if somebody's judging you, judging your growth, it's because they were comfortable with the old version of you. They were comfortable with the old version of you. So if you're growing, if you're taking off, that's going to be like, no, I liked you where you were. Why do you have to grow? What do you have to evolve, girl? Man. So they're going to continue engaging you in conversations that are no longer in alignment with you. Now, I had a client one time telling me, my buddy is always talking about how he, always sleeps with women, and and it's actually making me uncomfortable because I don't know what he's trying to prove. And so I'm at a point in my life that I want to get married. And every time I talk about it, he judges me for it, right? And I'm there listening. Okay. And he can feel how uncomfortable he feels around this person now. He kept repeating to himself, but I love him, but I love him. You guys, this has nothing to do with the love that you can have for a person. You can love someone, you can wish them well, but it's okay if they no longer align with the things that you envision for yourself. Just place them where they need to be placed. It's hard sometimes because saying no to those people means a lot of times saying no to the old version of you that kept you safe for such a long period of time. But remember that sensation of safety was based on a limited belief that you overcame. Now, he said to me something very interesting. Am I repeating the pattern, Cynthia? I am going back to patterns where I am just trying to excuse people's behaviors and always having an answer for why someone does something to me that is affecting me. And then I said, well, if you look up in the dictionary the definition of pattern, that is something that we do unaware that is present. So a pattern is something that we do subconsciously in autopilot and we are unaware is there. Now, when we bring awareness to it, which is the one of the simple steps that I've given you in another video, bring awareness to the pattern, bring awareness to that limited belief, and it's no longer a pattern. It becomes a choice. So now, when it becomes a choice, you have to ask yourself, why, now that I know this, am I still choosing to believe in this person's excuses to be someone? What sense of safety does this bring me still that I can't let go of? Because you continue making that choice. And that's when we start rewiring the brain to get you to just awareness and getting to know yourself. Why we do what we do. Because a lot of people don't stop to think of what's the reason behind all of our behaviors. And number 3, a simple step to get into understanding like why we do what we do is doing things that brings you a different perspective, a different vision of what you believe to be true. And that could mean talking to a coach, that could be connecting with a therapist, that could be connecting with a men community, that could be so many different things, but seeking help outside of you, seeing perspectives from other people. For example, let's talk about a limited belief really quick. There is a book that I highly recommend for anybody that is like trying to break patterns with money, for example. I believe it's The Millionaire Mindset. I have to look it up. Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by Harv Eker. So in this book, it talks about the blockages that we have with money from beliefs that we had growing up. So for example, if you grew up listening to your dad always talking about wealthy people, saying that it's so unfair, why like wealth accumulates, the rich keep getting rich, they're greedy, they're this, they're that, and then you start acting on that belief. And there was a case in that book where they mentioned, I think it was a doctor in the book, where she was able to make her money, but then she kept losing it. She's like, I get to a certain amount, like let's give it a number, 500,000. And every time I get to the 500,000, I can't scale. I don't know what's happening. I want to scale more than that. I want to make more impact in the world. So they went back into tapping into that limited belief, into that pattern that kept showing out for her. And so it turns out that belief was making her, if I become that wealthy person that makes over 500,000, in the eyes of my dad, I'm going to be disapproved. I don't want to become someone that my dad would disapprove of. And there you have it. And you would think, really? Does that happen, Cynthia? Like, is that for real? It is for real. Just like we have limited beliefs around the partners that we choose, the friendships that we surround ourselves with, we have them with money as well. So here you have it. You have 3 simple strategies to start now and transform your life. And now you want further help, don't forget to click the link below. I have a questionnaire completely free for you so I can guide you better, and you can book a free call with me so I can talk to you what are the options to get you into deeper understanding of what your purpose of life is. As always, please subscribe to this channel. I would love to continue making more content for you. And don't forget, I'm always sending blessings your way.